Hello, and welcome to my first recorded karting adventure here at Amigo Karting in Gatineau, Quebec. Before we begin, I want to introduce myself since it is my first karting related video. My name is Liam and I'm 18, and I race semi-professionally. I say semi-professionally because even though I have graduated from a karting academy and I do have my racing license, I am currently in my first ever racing league. I haven't done too much else yet, so for this video, I am going to be breaking down some things down to their basics here so that everyone, regardless of skill level, can watch and enjoy. If you do have any tips for me or have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Leave it down in the comments below. For now, let's get into it. Alright, so first and foremost here, let me introduce you to the people that I am racing with today. This is Zach. He is a lovely fellow that is flying on the track here today. And this gigantic 6'3" beast who is literally knocking on his helmet is Parker. He is the one that we are going to be fighting with the most on track today. To recognize them here, you can see the vibrant colors on Parker here. He's going to have the neon yellow gloves. And Zach is going to be in the white tee. There is another person in the white tee, but he is fairly recognizable by his helmet here, and I will point him out as well. Now, while we're walking over here, I'm going to give a quick explanation on what we're doing here today. This was honestly just a little celebration of something, so we are just completely doing this for 100% for fun. There isn't any like qualification or placements for this specific event. We're basically just doing a 30-minute long practice session. However, you'll see later we do make the most of it, and lots of action does happen. Lots of fighting, lots of crashes, and yeah, lots of fun. So this is where my first mistake happens. Before we even get on track, there's already a mistake. My helmet is not actually strapped up, and I don't know how I forgot that, but I did. I was thinking, you know, I'll just put my gloves back on, whatever, it's fine, but I realized that that's probably a bad idea. So I went ahead, fixed it. There's people waiting behind me, but it's whatever. And I try my best to do it quickly, so the people behind me weren't annoyed or anything. And I put my gloves back on, and I get out on track fairly quickly. Taking you through the track now here, we're going to be crossing over the start line. We're going to be going into the first corner here. It's going to be a right-hand hairpin. And we take this pretty flat out for the most part. It's going to be just some windy left and rights here until we get all the way to this back corner here, which is banked. You can take this flat out because it is banked. And then we get to this corner here, which you slow down, take it a little bit tighter. Not how that guy in front of me just did. And then you take this corner, hug the curb here, and then you ride it because it is actually also a banked curve. And then we're going to be flat out again on the gas all the way till the start line. Now we're going to be catching up with Parker here. He's going to be going into that banked flat out corner here, and I'm going to be catching him because he is a little bit too scared to be on the gas, and then he's going to go way wide in that corner. This is only one of his first times actually racing a kart here, or anywhere in fact, so I actually slow down and I do let him go by just to see if we can fight again, just to get, you know, that little bit more fun, a little bit more experience, and have some more fun. But he does go wide again, and this time I just kind of capitalize on it and give it some gas. Well, a couple laps later, I end up catching this girl here who doesn't seem comfortable at all in the kart. She is going extremely slow the entire time, and I'm pretty sure she was just there because she was on a date with the guy, but it's all good. We end up passing her, and that is not all that we see of her. Up here, you can hear me right here, being a little bit excited about these carts because I'm not actually used to carts that go this quick. So honestly, it was pretty fun for me. These carts are going around 70 to 80 kilometers an hour. My guess is usually probably on average around 70 kilometers an hour. And you just saw there that some guy was spun out, so we're slowing down here just to make sure everybody is being cautious. And no, I know it looks like Zach, but no, that was not Zach that was spun out there. Right here, you can see this one is actually Zach. You can see him absolutely flying through these corners here and getting insane exits. And he is extremely light, and he had half the gas that we had. So he is just absolutely moving through these corners. Absolute unit on this track.
Yeah, Zach, kill it!
Now I end up trying to fight this guy in the red here, and we have been fighting for the last, I'm gonna say, at least the last 4 laps. He definitely knows what he's doing here. He's racing fairly decently, and he's genuinely putting up a fairly good fight. And he keeps pulling away from me, even though he does make some mistakes. Again, he is a little bit lighter than I am, so he is able to absolutely fly in these straights here. So me and him end up battling for a while here. You can see we're going back and forth, and we're just getting close. I'm getting close in the corners, and then he is just absolutely losing me on these straights here until he finally has his time ended here, and he is called into the pits here by a marshal, and I continue. Back over to that banked full flat corner here. We're going to be catching a little bit of traffic. It's going to be this girl again who is going about half speed here. Frustrating me a little bit. I'm sure you can hear it in the camera, and she almost comes over into me. And so I'm just being a little bit cautious, but I think I end up passing her here fairly easily because she isn't all the way down on the gas here. Coming up once again on this banked curve, we're going to be fighting this cart here, which this guy actually, me and him had a fairly fun fight. He's going to go a little bit slow in that corner because he does slide, and I'm going to take him on the inside. He's going to be coming up right beside me. You can see the front of his cart when I do look behind here, and I'm going to, I should have braked early here, but he ends up pushing me out a little bit here, and we try to catch again. Now, coming up into this tight corner here, I brake way earlier to try to get the inside line, which does work. However, he does defend that inside line really well here. You can see I bumped the back of his cart, and we're going down the straight now. I'm going to use that slipstream to my advantage, and I'm going to try my best to dive bomb into this corner, and it works fairly well. Props to that guy for leaving me space pretty much throughout that whole time, and the clean racing. A couple laps later, I'm going to be catching up back to Parker here, and I'm going to give him a little taunt. He and I were taunting each other back and forth that entire race. It was pretty fun here, and we do catch him just up here. Now, I take this corner, I brake a lot later than he does, and I take that corner a lot better as he is taking it very, very, very close to the inside here, but he's holding his line fairly well. Now, I try to dive bomb into this corner here, but he defends extremely well, cutting over last second here as we come back bumper to bumper, trying to get past him, but there's no way around in this straight. We're going to be right on his bumper coming out of here. Tight on the inside. We're going to be super close together. He's going to be taunting me once again. But here, I make a mistake and I judge his line differently and I send him right into the tires. You can hear me laughing here because he literally has tires sitting in his lap. So funny. After Chap finally gets all sorted out here, I'm going to wait for him on the side just to see if we can fight again. And Zach does end up flying by us here. He's just so comfortable in that cart. So light, and he's just absolutely gunning it. Then up here at this corner, it almost looks like Zach throws a banana peel at Parker's car because he slides out and goes way wide. It's almost like we're playing Mario Kart. In all reality, though, his tires were definitely cold after that crash. He was sitting there for a while before the marshals finally came to help. It took forever. After a couple more laps, it ends up just being me, Chap, and Zach on track here. So I'm just telling Zach to slow down so that we can all meet up so we can fight again. Just to have a bit more fun and not have to worry about anyone else on the track. Now, after a bunch of miscommunication and confusing hand signals here, we are going to finally meet up and start to fight here. We actually do take this corner at top speed here, and I come up close to Zach. I'm right on his bumper here. I take a way better exit than he does. Now he almost squeezes me out there, almost pushes me into the tires. That could have been bad. Now, nothing much happens here other than us just kind of like trying to fight back and forth. I get close up on Zach, and then we kind of like fall back until up here where I basically am human DRS. Basically, I'm just getting a boost, and it makes me fly past Zach. And Chap goes wide here, and then I let him through, and he squeezes me almost into the tires. So close. Such a nice double overtake, and then almost into the barriers. Coming up on Chap now, using that human DRS, and he sees me using it, so he is just going to hunch over like I did. I'm going to come up super close to him as he brakes super early. I'm going to get side by side into here, but I'm too scared that he's going to push me into the tires again, so I do back off. And then we are following him, and Zach is right on our tail as well. Nothing too interesting does happen throughout this. We kind of just are scrapping back and forth until here where I try to make the turn. I try to make the switch back here, but he defends the line fairly good. We're side by side. I try to take the inside, but he slides out, slowing down on that inside, me coming up beside him. And we're both going to be hunched over once again. That human DRS. I'm going to try my best to try to switch back, but I am too close. And Zach flies through the inside. And then he backs off again because he wants to fight us as well. Now, here comes my next mistake. I'm going to be coming into this corner here, and I'm finally finally gonna have the balls to go ahead on the inside of Chap here and take him on the inside so I can pass him. And I'm going to go ahead and flip him the bird, but I turn around and that's not Parker.
Oh my god!
I just flipped off a random person. It was a random employee
Holy shit!
that I didn't know.
I know this is the person on track!
Don't worry though, I did go ahead after the race and I went and found the employee and I did apologize to him. And he was laughing harder than I've ever seen someone laugh before. That was basically our whole race here. There wasn't really too much else. And as you can see, we're going into the pits now. I still feel bad here.
No, I flipped off the wrong guy.
And we're going to park. And Chap comes up behind me. And, gracefully I park. Gracefully Zach parks. And then I get shunted. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching. You have been wonderful if you have sat through the video this long. I appreciate it, and I hope my rambling wasn't too much. Again, if there's any feedback that you have, regardless of if it's constructive criticism or anything that I should do, then feel free. Go ahead, leave a comment down below. If you want to hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. And also, if you want to see shorter clips, you can also head over to my shorts. Or if you want to go ahead and go into the description, you can click on my Instagram and my TikTok link. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day.